Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I am glad you are all here. First off, I just want to make a real quick shout out and thank you to the channel members. Thank you guys. I appreciate you more than you know. And thank anybody who comes by to watch my content. You're appreciated. I hope you like it. If you do like knife and EDC content and you're so inclined, if you'd hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, it would really help me out. So today I've got a review slash overview on what has, again, proven itself to me to be a very, very cool knife. This is the Arcform Theory. It's a little smutsed up because I've been carrying it for a while now. But when you go to Arcform's site and you read how they describe this knife, they basically say it's their take on a classic titanium folder. They say the theory goes back to the roots, kind of what makes a great knife, right? So they talk about every detail being considered in the design to be everything you want, and then at the same time, nothing you don't, right? So that kind of sounds very cliche. But the designer of this knife is Brian Keyes, I think it is. It's K-E-Y-E-S, or yeah, I think Keyes, probably long E. So Brian Keyes is the designer of this super simplistic, full-size, well thought out, basic, understated, elegant slicer of an EDC knife. I have been trying to find flaws with this knife to kind of report back on. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little expensive, but really when you think about what it is and where it comes from, Reate, it's not. This is a Reate made knife from Arcform. I have another Arcform. One of the first premium knives I got was the Arcform Slimfoot. So first thing I noticed about this knife is what a compact or thin package it is. Now, when we get some measurements, you'll see that it's not actually that thin. It's just a big knife that's done very well. And a lot of it's with these lines on this grade 5 titanium. And then you've got this kind of cool drop point M390 blade that has this stonewash flat grind here and this satin up on the flats. So you've got Arcform on the show side, and then you've got the blade steel M390 on the clip side. You do have a deep carry titanium clip that works very, very well. This knife's been in my pocket for about a week. You've got these thumb pyramid rampy things, and that's something that I'm always a little bit nervous of when I get a knife that doesn't have a traditional stud, because I never know how it's going to interact with my fingers. So I don't thumb flick first and foremost. I'm a reverse flicker. So that was the really only thing I was personally interested in, right? Because that's just my way of deployment. Now, thumb flick that I don't use works great, but the reverse flick, I have no problem catching that stud with the top of my finger or that little pyramid. And it's also got this jimping area on the front, which I don't know if it's designed to be a front flipper, but you can front flip it. And as you guys follow the channel for any length of time, you know I hate front flipping, so I won't be front flipping it. But the lock bar is so clean. There's no wasted ooh-ha on this knife, right? It's just very simple grade 5 titanium, like I said. You've got a fantastic recessed access to your lock bar. No trouble at all getting to that. You've got this internal milling of that lock bar. So this thing goes in and out of pocket like an absolute dream. Let's see. I'm wearing thick jeans, and literally I just push it down and it goes right over the lip of those pants. But again, really kind of cool drop pointy style, very pokey if you need it to be a splinter digger. I've got pokier knives, but it'll definitely get the job done. It is a slicey beast. I would even call it a therapeutic slicer, in my humble opinion. And I judge that by the lack of resistance, lack of noise. That was a cutter error. Sounded like a record scratching. But this brings you to the grip. So this knife is very angular, is a way I can describe it. Sorry, guys. But you've got this nice grip where this jimping kind of extends from the top of the scale to the front of the blade, and it goes up to almost a little poon. And you've got this forward sharpening choil, finger choil area that your hand just naturally rests in, right? So that's kind of the natural grip on this knife. I would not grip it back here. You could, I guess in a gas station grip, it might be better to grip back here. But for any cutting task that I've used, I use this front choil, and this jimping is done so well that it just grabs your finger like nobody's business. You've got this contoured back spacer that runs the entire length of, or about half the length, and then cuts around all the way to the back here, which is just a great indicator. You can look and see how perfectly centered this knife is. T8 hardware, and literally you've got two pieces of hardware, right? Actually three. You've got the pivot, and you've got the clip side screw, and then you've got this one other screw right here. I've not taken it apart yet, but I'm sure at some point I will. And I'm guessing the stud here is also a T8 maybe? Let's see. I think the stud must be a T6. Let me see. Yeah, got a T6 here. So I guess if you wanted to, you could probably change these studs out with some titanium studs if you wanted something different. I wouldn't, because again, the little ridge or the little ramp, the thumb ramp if you want to call it that, really works out well for me. And it's just really easy to catch on the open for me. Drop shut with just a little bit of help. I'm horizontal. But guys, that was me failing it, hit my finger. But I mean, I look at this as a minimalistic, full-sized beast of a knife. When you go to Arcform's site, they classify its use as hard use. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call it a hard use knife, but I could definitely see it being as hard use as I would ever use in an urban environment. It is definitely thick. It has got a great stop pin, locks up like a champ. Just, I mean, the knife feels great. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons. First, we've got to look at, let's look at it next to our Satin Dave Cold Steel 4max and our Savivi Baby Banta. So shorter than 4max, larger than the Baby Banter. Let's look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out. And the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Got a cat hair on it. So guys, right about the same size as the Para 2, a little bit longer than the Bug Out. Let's get some dimensions, weigh it, and I'll be through with you guys for this afternoon. You can get on with your day. And I appreciate y'all watching if you've watched this far. So it's right about 8.1, 8.12, right under 8¼ inches long overall. The blade is going to come in at 3.5 inches. The handle is going to come in at 4 1/8. The grip to the front of this choil to right here is 4 inches. So from here to here is 4 inches. And again, if you want to take that all the way back, you're looking at it roughly 4 3/4. Now, let's get our calipers, center it out, boom, boom. We'll go in front of the studs first. 0.136. 0.8, 0.08, and then down at the tip, you're looking at roughly 0.04. Behind the edge, this is super slicey. 0.0200. 0.0065. Let me get it down here. 0.018580. And guys, you know me, I'm not probably getting an accurate measurement there. And then the handle thickness is a slim 0.45, so under half an inch is long. This knife's available in a lot of, well, not a lot. I think White Mountain Knives still has it in this titanium with the natural, or titanium with black accents. I got the titanium and natural. There are a couple of other colorways that are currently sold out at White Mountain, but they might be available on Arcform's site. I will put the link to White Mountain where I got it, because if you guys for some reason want one of these, you can use the code Javon10 or another one of the creators' codes to save 10%. Let's get a weight of this bad boy. But yeah, guys, I bought it because it looked cool and it looked interesting, and I think it's found a place in my collection because I really enjoy it. And I've been pleased with my slim foot. So roughly 4.85 ounces with a 3.5 inch blade. So, you know, I don't look at the inch per ounce deal as much, but to me it just feels like a quality tool. Again, manufactured by Reate, designed by Brian Keys. Yeah, I'm a big fan, guys. I like it. I think it's a great knife. I could recommend it to anybody who's looking for just kind of an understated, get it done folder. I say this is a good one, in my humble opinion. But guys, I appreciate you watching my overview, my thoughts, my musings, and I appreciate you more than you know. I do ask if you would please look out for the guy or gal to your left, look out for the guy or gal to your right, look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.